We've all experienced a flat tire. What do you do next? Put your spare on? But most cars don't come with a spare nowadays. So you either call a friend or a tow truck. But let's be serious, no one is gonna come help you. And nowadays, a short ride on a tow truck could run you upwards of $100. But why pay it when you can get yourself out of this jam? Especially when it's just a flat tire. And in this video, I'm gonna be teaching you how to fix a flat tire using tools that I got off the TikTok shop. Starting with this tire repair kit from Rhino USA.
Along with a good pair of pliers and a good air pump. Now this one is battery operated, and you can also plug it in and use it at the same time.
And if your father never taught you how to fix a flat tire, I'm gonna be your guy, but please don't call me dad. This kit only has a few things in it, so please follow along. The first thing you gotta do is find what's puncturing your tire. Try to remove it by hand, but if it's too stubborn, use the pliers we mentioned earlier. I'm not gonna be using my mechanic mouse, so let's just call this the cleaner. We use this to clean the hole. As you can see here, it's very simple. It's not easy, but it's simple. It's a little bit hard just to get the hole started, and then after a few times, it will get easier. Step number 3 is to use the rubber cement. This will help the plug adhere to the tire correctly. We'll just apply a little to the cleaner and push it in and out a few times more, and it will be easier after you apply this. It'll be easier to clean the hole. Make sure you twist it left and right to make sure it's gonna apply to the entire hole. Step number 4, we're gonna call this the plug injector. You just pick one of the plugs out. You have to flatten one of the ends out, because if it's cold outside, this is going to be a little bit hard to do. So you flatten one of the ends out and you start pushing it into the hole. It's going to take a lot of effort, but yes, you can do this. It's going to take a few times. Yes, sure. If you have weak arms, it will work. You just got to keep trying. And once you got the plug into the injector, now comes the hard part. Not too hard, but you can still do it. Now it's time to push and twist, push and twist. It's going to take a few turns. Gonna take a few pushes, but it will work eventually. You will get it in. So you keep pushing and turning until you have almost all of it inside the hole. And now you can just pull the injector out and the plug will stay in. If the plug came out when you were pulling the injector out, that means you need to keep pushing the plug in. And now comes the easy part. You just gotta cut off the excess. And by now you're pretty much done. You just gotta make sure you put your tools away and recap the rubber cement, because it will go bad if you don't. And now it's time to reinflate your tire. You can use any pump if you have a pump. If you want to buy a pump from your local supplier, just go buy one. If you want one that is battery operated and also has the option to plug it in, that's also a bonus. But I do have to say this, if you're doing more than one tire and it's cold out, I would recommend that you plug it in while it's fully charged to use it correctly, because if it's cold, the battery is going to die when you inflate one tire. I did end up needing to move it closer to my truck to plug it in, because the battery did die on the tire inflator. But if you fully charged, you shouldn't have to worry about this. And now it's time for a PSI test with the mechanical gauge they sent. And look at that, we got 35 PSI. And now for the leak test. Thank you guys for watching.